Okay.
Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. You are tuned into Transitions, Life, Lessons, and Legacy. I am Hyacinth Henderson, joined with my father, Robert Henderson
Yes. Blah, 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 blah. Yes, I am. I am the big kahuna. Heisey's daddy. Heisey's father. Yes. And we are at the Henderson Financial Group. We love what we do. We have a good time. We can do this stuff in our sleep. If you ever learning, we have clients all over the country, out of the country. We're going to do this. This is us. I mean, when people say, when are you going to stop doing this? We say, when this fish stops swimming.
Oh, I like that.
When we die. You know what I mean? This is what we do. We just really get off on just helping, sharing, learning, expanding, growing. And today, we're going to talk about the magic of thinking big. But I am a certified financial planner, certified tax coach, president, founder, CEO of the Henderson Financial Group. And Heisey, tell the people who you are.
I am Hyacinth Henderson, Hyacinth like the flower. I am the co-CEO of the Henderson Financial Group. I've been here almost 22 years or 22 years.
Yeah, you've been here 22.
I've been here 22 years.
Yes.
Amazing. Half my life.
That's right.
Half my life. Yeah.
Half your life.
Half my life.
That's all you know.
That's what
you
I
feel.
do.
That's what you do. You know what I mean?
Oh my goodness.
Ask you to fix a car, be a mechanic. You're like, nah.
Right? Like, what are you talking about? I don't know cars.
But you can't cook, though. You know, you can cook. You know that?
Yes.
I got to tell y'all, on Wide World Web, Heisey can cook good.
I can cook very well. I enjoy it too.
Was it a natural?
Yeah, just come natural. Me and my ancestors.
I
love this girl. You know what to do. Get in there and make something out of that.
I mean, you really can. I mean, from a very young age. I mean, you can do. Oh my God, some chicken wings, and you don't eat them more, but chicken wings and beans and all that potato, all that kind
everything. Kyla asked me to her friend is getting married to cook for her friend's bachelorette party. I was like, Kyla, don't you want a caterer?
Yeah,
Mom, she'd be really happy if you could. Honey,
yeah,
please,
yeah. And then you go from that to the simple stuff, to the fancy stuff, to blah blah blah, to the vegan stuff, to the. I mean, that is something that's pretty good. Okay, so today we're talking about, who's that? That's DJ Auto Collision. What's up, my brother? Love, we know cars. DJ said they know cars. They don't know a whole lot of other things, but they know cars. That's DeLawrence. He's a good car guy. If you ever I guess we can say just Google you, DJ Auto Collision, right here in Miami, Florida, right in Miami.
Yeah,
been a client for a long time.
Yeah, where are you located? Drop your address there. I'm trying to multitask.
Big you up. Now you know how you get on me when I do that. Now you do it. Something.
This is about some money.
You're trying to mimic me. That's what I would say.
It's about some money.
Today, y'all.
You're right.
Today we're talking about the magic of thinking
111 make a
big.
Wish.
Thinking big. Now I know that sounds like an old cliche, but that's really important, because a lot of people, man, I'm telling you, more than you can imagine, have dummied themselves down and just thinking small. And I think what's happening is social media and all of these, from Netflix to Hulu to just so many free movie watching stuff, has just really taken you away from your focus and really self-building. You know what I mean?
I agree 1000%. And it's like a blanket of dumbness that has been placed upon people.
Yes.
But the thing is, what I don't understand, Father, maybe you can help me, is when they recognize that you are not under the blanket of dumbness.
I see. You know, this is the World Wide Web. This is gonna be up here forever.
Let me just get it out.
Say what you say to me.
You're not under that blanket, right? And they're like, "Ooh, you a unicorn. You're not under that blanket." But then you try to do the same stuff that y'all under the blanket do. Like, why would I? You want me to get under the blanket of dumbness? Would you?
It just don't interest
like it is right. But okay, all right, I digress.
Like a friend of mine Sunday, we was riding that bike, rode like 24 miles, and he was like, "Hey, Rob, you know, there's this new app, and it was called project something radio. Something
you don't
like
need no new apps.
So I looked at it. He says it's like audio books, free audio books and stuff, you know. And so that's exactly what I said. So we stopped, got some water break, and I looked at it, and all of a sudden, movies started coming up, and I said, "Hey, what the books? This movie?" He says, "Yeah, I'm watching movie." I said, "Watching movies?" I deleted it. He said, you see this movie? I said, "I just deleted the app." He said, "Oh my God, why you delete it?" I said, "Quickly, because you said it was like audio books, and books ain't got nothing to do with this. This is movies and silly dumb movies, and I want to watch movies."
Why do you need to be sitting at your phone?
Right. And he says, "Robert, you know, I'm sorry." I said, "But you said books." He said, "I said like a books." It's audios and like audio like books. I'm like, you shouldn't have put the word BOOK in it.
Right. Because books now I'm like, yes.
Right.
At first I'm like, no, you don't need no apps. Books, yes, you need an app. Movies,
Right.
no, you don't need no app.
I
Right.
deleted it right there. And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, I don't have time to watch. I'm not a watch. I'm a doer.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's books, I can read stuff, get knowledge, get information that I don't know. I'm for that always. Never close door. Always open to newness, new discoveries. But to watch somebody play act, you know.
And so here's the thing, and we want to be stepping on y'all toes. Well, I do. I don't know if you want to not be stepping on your toes, but I do. Because here's the thing, right? If you're listening to this and you're like, gosh, what's wrong with movies? There's nothing wrong with movies.
Time
right?
For it.
There's a time and a place for everything.
Right.
And when you make it so convenient so that you can pull up your phone and pull up an app and watch all the movies you can watch, it's way too much, because we are creatures of habit. We are creatures of convenience. So if you have that there, instead of you reading a book or learning something or educating yourself or going out and connecting with the world, you're gonna be on your phone. It's kind of like my son, 13. He went through this phase of asking me, oh, can I order some food? I'm like, what you know about ordering food? Where you get that from, Mom? It's nothing to eat. First of all, it's a lot to eat in the house. Don't tell that tale. How do people come get me? But what? So he would ask and say no. The next day, no. I said, you can stop asking me this, because I'm not getting ready to open up that door so that you can start ordering food and then it become a habit.
Right.
But this will be the first time. It won't be the first time.
That's right.
Not at my house.
That's what it's called, a habit.
Right.
Become habitual.
Exactly. So when we talk about the magic of thinking big, you have got to understand that your life, the current life that you're living now, is a reflection, is the sum total of the actions that you take, of the thoughts that you take, that you think, of the behaviors that you repeatedly do. So if what we're saying kind of sounds like, oh, they doing the most, or this too much, or it ain't a big deal, just look at your life.
Right.
Just look around.
Right. If you want big, if you want more, whatever, you got to think big, because you're the thinker to think the thoughts. It really is. You know, everyone, you should feel like there is no limits. Who told you you couldn't do that? Mm-hmm. Why do you feel like you can't think about that? Mm-hmm. Isn't that something? Mm-hmm. I mean, it reminds me of how Beyonce, how she's doing this, going into a whole genre in terms of the country. Mm-hmm. Who told her she couldn't do that?
Mm-hmm. I love it.
I hope from there, after she busts this out, I hope she go into rock and roll and do a rock and roll album. People can be like, oh my God, who told her she could do that?
Yeah.
It's like, she's free.
She told herself.
She told herself. Yeah. And that's big. Yeah. And that right there, just looking at the move that she's made, she is basically saying that she believes that she is limitless. Mm-hmm. Don't put her in a box. Mm-hmm. And all of us have got to get on board, because you start thinking about the history of country music, you're going all the way to Black people.
Absolutely.
You start thinking about the history, and you start peeling about the onion, the history of rock and roll, you're going all the way to Black people. I'm telling you, man, it's so much that is hidden about life and about yourself.
Yes.
We always say, if you want to study and you want to really learn, if you're bored, study yourself. Try some introspection. Okay. That's like DNA on yourself. DNA. I mean, you really find out why do you feel like you have to pivot where you are right now? Who told you just because you have that 9-to-5 job that you can't do nothing else? Who told you that? Isn't that something?
Who told you, and why do you believe it? Right. So once you get to the point of who told you, be like, oh, this person told me that. Now here's where you take the action. You discover, oh, this person said that, but it's a bald-headed, bold-faced lie. Like, I don't believe that. Why? Okay, that may be true for you. It may be true. Think about the Beyonce reference. It may be true that she is in this genre of music, or she can only do this type of music. And I am almost certain that when she decided to do an album and call it a country album and present herself in this way,
a lot of pushback.
Exactly.
A lot of pushback.
I'm certain that there was some pushback.
Oh, a lot of pushback. A lot of pushback.
So whether you love Beyonce, like her, don't like her, whatever the case may be, I want you to see beyond that and say, oh my gosh.
The message. Where in my life is there something that I feel called to do? I feel that I want to explore. There's a little something deep down inside of me that I want to do. But since I've been a this, or I've been doing it this way, or somebody told me this, why am I still thinking small? Why have I not ventured out to think bigger? When I was earlier today, I was home and I was thinking to myself, and it's in alignment with this topic today. Do you really believe in yourself? Yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah. Most people don't.
And you will say you do. Yeah,
You
I
say you
believe in
do.
me. I believe in me, but you don't.
You obviously you don't, because what you do speaks so loud, we can't hear what you're saying.
Right. Like
right.
I believe in myself, but I'm waiting on this person. I believe in myself, but they didn't tell me. No. Which one is it? Do you believe in yourself or not? And so these are meant to be triggering questions. My daughter, when she does the snippets, and she's like, "Mom, you know, you and Grandpa, y'all be on there. Y'all be doing a lot. Like, oh my God." So she's always getting on me, right? And she's like, "It's hard for me to find a snippet because I don't want you to get canceled." And I was like, "Girl, canceled." I said, "Who gonna cancel us? What are you talking about?" I said, "Find the triggering snippets,
right,
and then post those, because when something triggers a person, they have the opportunity to look at that area and say, why did this trigger me?
Right.
What can I do? There's something here for me to explore." So if it's triggering for you to hear that you should be reading more books than watching TV, that's phenomenal.
Yes.
If it's triggering you to hear that you can actually do more than what the people around you are telling you can do, that's fantastic. If it's triggering for you to hear that you should be doing something more with your life, or you can actually change your career or change and be whoever you want to be and forget what everyone around you is saying. If it's triggering to hear that you don't really believe in yourself, it's amazing. It was worth it for us to get on the WWW today. Right? It's amazing.
You know, if you're out there and you're looking and you're listening, and anytime you have a thought of you're bored, think about that. Think about the world and how wide it is, and how interesting every aspect of it is, and how much information and how much you don't know. And you say that you are bored.
You got the nerve to be bored. Bored?
Bored.
How you bored?
How are you bored and have a mind?
You know everything. You bored?
How can I think it's virtually I think it should be virtually important. I mean, impossible for you to have a brain or a mind and say I'm bored, because your thoughts can go anywhere. I mean, you could take it anywhere. Your imagination should really limit you from being bored. And since we are free, and this is not, the 1800s, you can actually think what you want to think, believe what you want to believe, and take actions toward the bringing things into fruition. And that's something.
Ain't nobody stopping you. Ain't nobody gonna beat you because you go to the library. Ain't nobody saying you can only get these books. Ain't nobody saying you can't get a library card. Ain't nobody saying you can't read. Like, you free.
Right.
I literally just had this conversation with Kyla's friend today. I said, hold on. It may be me, but since I had my kid at 19, I just don't understand people that don't have no children and have problems. Because from 19, I had to manage being a mother, making some money and working. So if you don't have any children, it's another triggering moment, right? And you like, I don't know, I'm broke, I'm bored. Right. Oh, help me. What are you talking about? You got 24 hours in a day.
Right.
20 and we're talking about we're in 2024, where, as Mr. Henderson said, books, knowledge, information, courses. I just saw where Harvard is relaunched free courses. Harvard. Now, when the pandemic first hit, I was posting all that kind of stuff on social media. Why you bored? Why you broke? What are you talking about? What? I don't understand.
Yeah, man. I mean, here I am, 65 years old, and I'm like, I'm like, okay, I want to read this article. I want to read this. I want to read that. I want to read that. Bitcoin, a cryptocurrency. Oh my God, this piano. Oh, I'm trying this Beethoven thing. Oh my God, Spanish. Oh my God, my health. Oh, my diet. I mean, what I eat. Oh my God, learning about this, learning about that. I'm writing a book now. I mean, I'm doing then being a father and a husband, and then it's a lot, man. How could you be bored if you are? Listen, think about this. A prayer should be, if you believe in God or some source, please help me, not give me, Because God, like, I don't know what you're talking about, fool. I done gave you all this. You
what more you want?
What more you want?
What more can I give you?
What more can I give
you? Ungrateful peasant.
You don't understand how you talking to me.
That might
be
an emergency. First L call, then
okay.
Used to.
Yeah. Okay. So
okay?
Yeah, I'll come back. So anyway, this is the prayer. God, help me to see what all you have for me.
Yep.
Help me to be the most I could be. Can you imagine praying to God saying, help me to see the things I cannot see and help me to be all that I possibly can be? Think about that. If you actually say, God, if there's a God out there, please, God, just help me to see that which I cannot see and help me to be all
that I can be.
That all I could be.
Yeah.
That is, I mean, you think people want to do that?
No.
What do you mean no?
No. No. Like you said, they want to say, can you give me this? Give me that. Give me some money. Give me a man. Give me that. Give me a new job. That's what they want to pray. God, can you give me this? Can you please? I'm on my knees. I'm on my knees, literally begging, please give me this, right? That's the prayer that people often pray, but it doesn't work that way, right? So I know we're very animated today. It's because I'm sleepy, right? A little sleepy today. But it doesn't work that way. What you want to consider, and I don't want to say what you need to do, but what you want to consider doing is saying, okay, if I am here and if I know that I have everything that I need, because you have been given everything that you need. And as you start to walk the walk and take the action, you will see, oh gosh, I knew that. Oh, I had this resource. I had this connection because I know that I have everything I need. It's not that you need more on top of what you already have. It's that you need discernment, you need enlightenment, you need wisdom, you need sight, you need those qualities. And oftentimes those qualities are available to you, but they are masked because you're focused on the foolishness.
Right.
You focus on the foolishness, right? So it's like, wait a minute. How did you know to put that together? Well, I'm not focused on the foolishness. So when we talk about the magic of thinking big, let's give you a process. The first step to the magic of thinking big is first believing and knowing that, you know what, where I am now is not where I'm going to be tomorrow. Where I am now does not have to be where I'm going to be forever. And because I know that, and because I understand that, I get to have new desires. And then here's another one, right? If your mind can conceive it, then you can achieve it.
Yes.
So when we talk about the magic of thinking big and you're like, where I am now is not where I'm going to be forever. I know that the same God that I'm praying and begging for, I'm pimping him out. Like, God, can you please give me this? God, give me that. Like big daddy, sugar daddy.
Yeah.
Like, stop pimping God, right? So the same God does not want you to be in the same place forever, right? Yeah. We know that. So if you take that, and if you say that God does not want me to be in the same place forever, then when I get these desires, they're for me to act upon. Now, the key becomes, how do I act upon these desires? What do I do if I sit here today and I make the declaration and say that I'm going to think big, I'm going to do more, I want to have more, I want to be more? What are the next steps? What do we do next?
Well, you got to be able to have discipline. You got to have a commitment. Also, Miss Redhead, say pray to win the lottery. Miss Redhead, that sounds good. A lot of people do that, but think about this. There's a lot of people that have won the lotto and they are absolutely miserable. It's the worst thing they have. They'll tell you it's the worst thing, because just because you win the lotto, you got to be careful what you ask for. A better prayer is, and I don't know, I know you're just kidding.
She was saying when I was giving examples of the prayer, she was like, some people pray to win the lottery.
Yeah, but that's not, because I'm gonna tell you why you people, Ms. Redhead was kidding, but people who do pray to win the lotto. The story about King Solomon. I mean, King Solomon did not pray for riches and gold and jewelry and all the lands. He just prayed for wisdom. If you have wisdom,
baby, you will never be broke.
You getting all that,
everything.
You follow me? So you don't want to play. I want to pray for a car. You want to pray for wisdom, understanding. You're gonna get all what you need to get. You follow me? It's because a lot of people, when they pray for things and stuff, that ain't it. When you say, God, please, if you believe in a God, a source, Buddha, whoever you want to, whoever, you want to say, you want to pray to open your eyes so you can see the things that you cannot see. First of all, because a lot of us can't see. We have eyes, but you really can't see. That third eye we can't really see.
Mm-hmm.
Then you want, and you want, because you want understanding. And then you want to say, God, help me to be all that it's possible that I can be. Now, when you say help me to be all that I can be, a lot of people know that they're not really doing all they could do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you really, it's not too many people can look in the mirror and say, you know, mirror, I'm talking to myself, and I really am doing all I could do.
Mm-mm.
You know, come on. When you do that, then that's the first step of wisdom and being honest with yourself. And then from there, you go, okay, what could I be doing? And it's all aspects of your life, from your mind, body, and your soul. You have to deal with your mind, body, your mind, your body, and your soul. You have to deal with that first, and then everything else comes behind that. That is really the essence, the beginning, the prerequisite for getting, especially if you want physical things, you know, if you want things to show up on the plane, you first have to do the invisible things, and you have to work on your mind, your body, and your soul. Okay. And when you're working on that to strengthen your ideology, because a lot of people are not engaged. They just want things. A lot of people are just conforming, doing what Sally doing what Dick doing, and wanting what they have. And you don't know what they have. It ain't making them happy. They already got it. Because a lot of times once you get stuff, it's like, oh man, I want red bottom shoes. I want the red bottom shoes. When you get them, you pull your money, and like, okay, this ain't it either. I want something else.
I like mine. Okay, never mind.
Okay, but I'm just I'm saying, like, but it's always more. If you think about things and stuff never quite quench your thirst. You agree?
I agree. It's a combination. It's the things and stuff and the inner peace. Like there's a trend on social media now, right? It's a trend on social media now where creators or people are sharing like the truth. Like, okay, I may have hundred thousands of followers, or you know, I may have posted that I made $1 million in sales from doing this, or whatever the case may be. Like they're an influencer, but the truth is, you know, I struggle with this, and I have these thoughts, and I'm reading these things, and I'm like, oh my god,
oh really?
I'm so glad I meditate and journal, because I could not imagine fronting and being one way. Like, really, you see how we are on the internet. This is how we are.
This is how we really are.
This is how we get, right? So I couldn't imagine having to, and when I say having, I'm saying self-forced. Nobody made you put up this facade or live this way or do these things for the approval of other people, and then deep down inside being
cry at night. Yeah,
like I could.
A lot of people do that.
You tell me that all the time. I'm like,
I told you that a lot of people cry.
You be like, you know, people cry. I'm like,
no, a lot of people cry at night. It's so facade. They really hypocrites. They're really phony. I mean, it's like a mask. It's a lot more people than you can even imagine. A lot of people cry at night. A lot of people are, you know, fake, phony. You know, just it's a mask.
So when I'm learning that, right? You've been telling me that all my life.
I have been.
It's going to want, but so when you talk about self first, when you talk about the material things, could never replace the magic and the attention and intention that you give to your mind, body, soul, and spirit. Mr. Henderson is 100% correct. And a lot of times people have it backwards. Mm-hmm. They want to think big and win the lottery and do these things so that they can get external things, the car, the house, and all those things are fantastic and phenomenal, mm-hmm. because I love them too. Mm-hmm. However, if they're taken away tomorrow, I'm good. Right? And that can only come from having a certain level of inner peace and doing the inner work. So when we talk to you about knowing who you are, when we talk to you about journaling, when we talk to you about being intentional about the relationships that you have, all of that is for your inner peace, because your relationships, we've done plenty of shows on this, but they will make or break you. Your platonic relationships, your romantic relationships, your work relationships, the people who you spend grand amounts of time around shape your environment. And when they shape your environment, that's what you like, okay, this is how y'all act over here. I got to be acting like this too. And all y'all miserable. Mm-hmm. Right. So I want to go back to when you were giving the example of winning the lottery, or why you should not pray for things, but you should pray for change. You should pray for discernment within yourself.
And being all you can be.
And being all you can be. You don't pray for the result. you pray for the action. You pray for the internal change that you can take and make. In February, I was having a conversation with someone, and she had just gotten her tax returns. And she was telling me about how she did this and she remodeled this and she did all this. And I was like, oh, okay. You're going to be listening, right? I'm like, okay. So she was telling me, but then 2 weeks later, she texted me and she was like, she needs $60 for XYZ. And
is this a real story?
No, this is a real story.
Oh my God.
This is a real story.
Oh my goodness.
And I didn't respond to the text because I just didn't respond to the text. But I was thinking, I said, this is a mindset thing. So it goes back to when we say don't pray to win the lottery. And there are countless stories about that where people have won the lottery or have been in the professional league or whatever the case may be. And then afterwards they're broke. It's because they have not done the internal work to understand what their needs, wants, desires are. They have not done the internal work to understand who they are outside of money. They have not done the internal work to understand. My phone is going crazy. I know I had to flip it over, right? I just keep getting they have not done the internal work to heal their money mindset, heal their relationship with money. So when they get the thing, they lose it.
Right.
Same thing like when people pray for relationships.
Oh my God. Some people pray they want to be married, want to be married.
You know how many?
Oh, they pray they want to be married. But you be careful what you ask for. It's, if you look around, the information is there. That's why you pray for your eyes to be open. The information is there. You can really learn off other people. And we are supposed to be learning from other people, each other, examples. You don't always got to touch the fire. You can see somebody burnt up and know that even, he touched the fire. I ain't doing that.
You want me?
I ain't getting ready to do that. You know what I mean? I can look at a crackhead and say, ooh, that crack must be good.
Right. Let me stay away from that.
Stay away from that. You know what I mean? I mean, you could look at a drunk and go, oh, drink too much.
Nope.
You could look at drunk driving, all the cars just mangled up, like, oh, make sure I don't drunk drive. You know what I mean? There's a lot of help out here, So you got to be careful. I remember being young, when I was young, and I really got the understanding of the Wizard of Oz. Let me tell you really how the Wizard of Oz is way better than you've heard me say this before.
First of all, that's one of 3 VHS tapes that we had as children. So that's all we watched over
because
and
it was
over
a message. It was a
and
message.
over.
Think about this. Life is like trying on this yellow brick road. Everybody, I don't care who you are. This is life. The story of the Wizard of Oz. Think about this. You're in the rat race. You're trying to get to Emerald City. You're trying to get to Oz. That could be retirement. That could be the end goal. Could be retirement. It could be marriage. It could be wanting to get to the NFL. I mean, it's a goal. And you just, oh man, you're gonna break neck. You're gonna do whatever you got to do. Go through the little flying monkeys, Toto, and meet different people on the way. You know what I mean? Hopefully, they're your friends. But when
Dang. let me spoil alert.
But then you get a group and then the people who you get, they're different. The lion, they all need something. You know what I mean? Everybody ain't gonna be perfect. On your way to Oz, Emerald City, they're gonna be different characters, and they ain't gonna be just like you. They're gonna have different needs and goals, but y'all have one thing y'all have in common. Y'all trying to get where?
To the promised land.
To the promised land.
Right. Emerald City.
Now, you go through all this stuff in life. I'm using this as a metaphor. Somebody think about your life. Your journey. When you think about, oh my God, I want to get there. Some people say heaven. I mean, I want to get there. Oh, I go into the deep there. That was kind of deep. But anyway, okay. So
I'm not going to egg you on. Never mind. It's right there. But I hear Kyla saying, Mommy.
Yeah. Okay, so some people, let's stay shallow. Let's stay up here. Let's come back up. Don't go too deep. Okay, so some people say, I want to get to Emerald City. This is your life. This is your world. So then when you get there, you like, oh my God, we're there. And then you find out this ain't it. This ain't it. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Everything is like that. And they tell her, fool, you could have went home. It was all mental. It was all in your mind.
Had everything you needed.
You had everything you
to
needed.
take your tail home.
Right.
To go home.
Which is peace.
Right.
And nothing can stand. And we went through all this stuff, and you find out the wizard he was a fake, that little short man scared you, but it ain't it. I want y'all to look at this metaphor, what I'm just saying. It is life. I don't care where you get. Physical place or whatever, it ain't gonna be it. You can get the big mansion. Next thing you know, you hoarding stuff. You got all these shoes and all this cloth. You got to get people to do this and get people to do that. You know, they still don't feel they don't like you. They like you because you got money, and you're like, oh man, nobody don't really love me. They love me because of my money. I mean, you get to that point.
If you don't know yourself.
If you don't know yourself.
Because you can't. I don't want to send a message that when you get those things, because y'all, again,
that's why you got to be. That's why you got to be mellow.
You can't have me.
That's why
projects.
You gotta be, well, you know, we like nice stuff,
right?
But it don't go to our head,
and it comes after. They come after. They're not the focus, right? So as we always say, you can take it all. It's okay, baby. You can have it. You good. Right. Like, we good. I'm gonna get it back anyway, as long as I got me, right? My inner peace. So the message here is not to focus on the external things, but to focus on the ways that you can change. So when we talk about the magic of thinking big, each and every one of you out there listening has a burning desire. You have a burning desire that has been continuously coming to you, some message that you want to do, someone that you want to, and you've been ignoring it.
Right. You're saying you can't do it.
You have been ignoring, and you've been ignoring it because you've been thinking small. You think it's small. You need to think big. Think big of it. You need to.
You're saying your mama wasn't nothing, your daddy wasn't nothing, everybody around you ain't
give me
nothing.
The money.
Right.
All these little small things that really have nothing to do with you in this moment are hindering you from thinking big and then doing big. So when we talk about the magic of thinking big, your life, if you want to have the balance, like we're talking about, if you want to have the balance of having inner peace and external peace and enjoying all the luxuries and wealth and goodness of the world, you have to start from within, and you have to understand that as you think big and do differently, then that stuff will come with ease. Yes. Like, people will just be, they'll be giving you money, giving you money, things, upgrading you. You'll be like, oh my God, how did I get so rich? How did I get so wealthy? I didn't even how did this happen? But if you're only seeking the external and not focused on what you should be focused on, which is the internal and ways to be bigger, make yourself bigger, you're always going to be at a disconnect.
Yes, it always comes back to you. What are you thinking, and what are you thinking of yourself? It starts with self. You cannot go to the next level unless you believe, and then you got to take action and you got to commit. And some people really want things, but they're just so lazy. Oh my God.
Oh God, don't talk about that. Let's talk about it.
Some people are so lazy. They say they want it, but I can't tell. You know, imagine that we have imagine there's the angels and helpers that you can't see.
Oh my God, they're all around. Hey,
and they're rooting for you. Hey, they just really rooting for you, and they just saying, okay, she's getting up, get out of the bed.
Yeah.
Get out of the bed.
I tell my clients that too. I love this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just get out of the bed. You can do it. You know, like, I can't do it. Oh my God. And other angels say, well, I don't know if that go do it. I'm not betting on her. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, she did it. She did it. Oh my God, she's going to the library. Oh, she's sitting down, she's reading. I mean, she's doing it. She's doing it. Let me tell you something. When you start doing the right thing, you have some invisible forces that's clapping and that's rooting for you. And then what happens is, here come a challenge. Now, we all have to go through these challenges, because when you have these challenges, it seems like setbacks. It's just for you to pivot and go the other way. And like, whoa, she got over it. Get through that. That's history. Because when you look back, like going on the yellow brick road, it's always going to be challenges. That's part of it. It ain't going to be just an easy layup. That's called life. So you don't stop just because you got divorced. I mean, people on the planet, 8 billion. You don't think that you can't find love. And the thing is, you try to play God and you want to do it, but you're not God. You got to play your position. Your position is to keep your eyes open
and your heart open.
Your heart open, and being all you could be, and then you start attracting. But you can't be walking around here saying, ain't no good men out here, ain't no good women out here, because your angels will say, make sure.
Don't send him no good men.
That's right.
That ain't what he want.
That ain't what he want.
He don't want a good woman.
Say no good woman. That's right. All women ain't nothing. Okay.
Keep women away.
That's right. I'm telling you, your words are powerful. Yeah. Your words are more powerful than you could even imagine. You don't know this because they don't teach us this. You have to figure this out, or have to listen to Transition at the Henderson Financial Group, shows like this, and this will tell you exactly what are you doing.
Your leg is kicking the camera, and it is blurry now. Is it blurry? You see it?
My leg. I'm kicking the floor.
You kicking something to make the camera shift focus. Is it blurry?
A little bit.
Yeah. It's blurrier because I don't have on my glasses, so it was already blurry. Now it's extra blurry.
Oh,
it's extra blurry.
You don't have on your contacts or nothing? Oh, you're just trying to wing it, huh?
As I do most days.
Okay, I was saying something.
You were saying something very, very good, and I wanted to veggie back on that point that you were making, and you were talking about, oh yes, opportunities, challenges, setbacks.
Right, challenges. Yes. It's part of the game.
Yeah.
And you can't just crumble. You got to say, okay, I'm gonna get through this. There's something for me to learn, and you always learn from it, and then you pivot and go around it, get over it, but you're gonna be okay, because you wasn't put on this planet to be nothing and to do nothing. Mm-hmm. Everything that we come across is for learning. It's to help you, enhance you, make you a better person. And if you start looking at it like that, then you can get through it. And it always goes. It really, really gets past. You get past it. You know what I mean? So the magic of thinking big is having imagination and saying, I want this. And what do I have to do in order to get this? You know, I want this kind of life. What do I have to do in order to put this in?
Who do I have to become? And I'm so glad that you brought this to the conversation, because earlier when you mentioned that if you, instead of praying, begging for things, instead of like pimping out your God,
right?
Instead of doing it that way, right? Like saying, give me this, give me that, give me, we got you, right? No, but instead of doing that, when you ask to be opened and prepared and for the discernment and for the wisdom,
right? That's it.
When you are asking for that, you can bet your last $1.25 that along with that ask, you are going to be faced with obstacles and challenges. Things have to shift, because what you're saying is, I don't want this anymore. I want that. And if you want that, if I don't want to wear this shirt anymore and I want to wear a red shirt, I'm going to have to take this shirt off and go get the red shirt.
Change.
But I don't want nobody to see me. These goodies, my milkshake up under here. I don't want them to see that. Well, you can't get but I want the red shirt. Why you don't get the red shirt? Is here, but you got to take the blue. You got to take, you got take it off.
Yes.
So what's going to happen is, as soon as you ask, you're going to be presented with things that are going to shift in your life. The problem is, or the challenge is, people don't like change.
They don't want to be a new person.
So when shifts start happening, when the divorce comes to it and it's like, oh shoot, you know what? I was complaining about you anyway. I knew you wasn't really my person. Now this has come to light. I got to divorce you. Or when you get fired from your job, or when you find out that your husband is whatever the case may be, when you find out something that causes the change that you prayed about, you're like, oh no, why is this happening to me? Me. This ain't what I wanted. Yes, it is. Yeah. Like, you got to take this shirt off to put on that shirt. You got to let somebody see them goodies. Yeah. Like, you are going to have to, if you say, as soon as you say, I promise you, and I have to remind myself of this all the time. I go back and I look at my 2024 goals and objectives and things, and as I'm on team no sleep and headache, and I'm like, girl, you asked for this, because you said this what you wanted to be at the end of the year, right? This is a big goal.
Yeah, because when you said, okay, you said, Dad, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get the mortgage license and I'm gonna get back into it, you had to alter your whole life habits and the way you was moving.
Leo season didn't Leo season last year, because I said that. It didn't Leo season last year.
You couldn't keep doing what you were doing in order to go to a higher plane.
No. And even this year, as we make changes with the firm,
right?
The changes that we're making, and I'm like, this is the year to do it. We got to make it. And I'm like, but hold on, I'm weak.
You have, and that's something. Oh, you and the magic of thinking big. You can think big, but the action says you gotta make some change. Okay, if you're 500 pounds and you want to get down to 150 pounds, you got to make some changes. Now, I know Ozempic is out there.
Now, when you first mentioned that, I didn't know what it was a few weeks ago, a few months. I was like, what were you talking about? But now, the internet, I know what it's talking about now.
But you still have to make some change. You still can't be taking Ozempic and still eating a gallon of ice cream.
Yeah,
you still have to make some changes. So the magic of thinking big, the prerequisite is you have to take some action. You do. I mean, because the example that I was just giving when you said, was it last year when you said, okay, I want to take this mortgage, so I get back into the game? Because Heisey started out when she started working for the firm 20 years ago. We just threw her in the mortgage, and she was like, and she from 0 to nothing. She had just Like she was baking in the kitchen.
I realized
she was baking
that,
in the kitchen. She was moving, and people were like, okay, and she was moving. So 20 years ago, now she got back in the game. She says, listen, people need a lot of our clients real estate, and they're having a hard time qualifying. And this, I got to get back. I got to help them. But you had to really change and pivot your whole lifestyle. I mean, you had to put in more time. You had to read more. You had to, man, next time I know you on the plane in Detroit in the cold. It was cold getting on a bus at a hotel, taking classes. And I was so proud of you. Like, oh man, she wants it. Like, because with change, you just can't talk. A lot of people say, I'm going to be Batman. I want to be Superman.
Yeah.
I'm going to put on a costume, but you can't fly. I want to be Michael Jordan.
How you going to get on top of the building? Yeah. How you going to get there?
You can't just say it. You got to do it. You got to do the darn thing, man. You got to do it. You can't just say it. You got to do it. And that magic of thinking big comes along, man, with taking action. And I mean, do you really want? So when you ask a question, when we said, you say you don't think people really want it. You think people do more talking. I think people
are comfortable. Yeah. I think people are very comfortable. I think people, let me not say I think. People want the result.
Yes.
People are very comfortable, but when you talk about change, like you say you want to be with your soulmate. You say you want to be with this type of person. You want this type of lifestyle, this type of job. What you have right now ain't it. Something got to change.
And they say, how you do that?
And people, they don't. And so another thing I wanted to add is when we talk about, right. And I'm like, bruh, like really. But another thing I wanted to add is when we talk about change and being aware. So there's different parts, right? So once you're aware and we're raising your awareness that you can think big, you can have more, you can do more. We're raising that awareness for you, right? As Mr. Henderson said, it's a beautiful thing. It's your life. You can live it the way you want to live it, right? Beautiful. So once you become aware of that, which we're doing now, then once you move to acceptance and you accept, like, you know what, this could be my reality. This not just Mr. Henderson and Hyacinth talking out the side of their head. Like this could be me and me, right? I accept this for me.
You can do it.
Once you are aware, then you accept. Here's the thing. Remember, I said you're going to be presented with signs, opportunities, and challenges. Some of those challenges are going to include the shifting of people and people doing things that you never thought that they would do. People acting in ways you never thought that they would act. Please don't get caught up in that. Because you have to go back. Like I said, I go back to my goals and I read them every day. And I'm like, oh, this is what okay. So I can't get caught up in why you acting like that. I can't get caught up in why I thought you said you love me. I thought I was the best. Like I can't get caught up in that because I said I want this. So you shifting, you changing is a part of the plan. So I can't fuss you out and cuss you out and crap. Like I cannot get caught up in that. And I'm telling y'all that because I know your human side is going to be acting up and you're going to be like, I want to change, but I can't believe, let it go. Like, and I'm not telling you not to emote, not to experience the emotions that come along with that because you are human and you're going to have human emotions and human experiences, but don't hold on to them. Like, I'm not about to emote for 2 weeks. Like, I'm not like it's 2 weeks and I still can't believe you did me like this. It's 2 days. I'm still under the covers. Like I ain't even, when my grandmother passed, I had to get myself up. So I'm telling you this because you have got to understand that things are going, when as soon as you say, I'm going to think big, I want better, stuff going to shift. Let it shift. Go through your process. Okay, it happened. Journal about it and move on. When you move on, then you will get to a different level of people, opportunities. Like, where were we? We've been here all along. You was down there crying and grieving and fighting and bickering and stuff. Like, oh, what? Why were you doing that?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So something to think about.
But a lot of people, like I said, man, I think too many people say things but don't really mean it.
That's why I said that.
They don't take action.
They don't mean it. They just want to. That I help those who help themselves. If you want help, and listen, I'm not going to be like sugarcoating it. I'm going to help you. I'm going to show you. I'm going to give you everything I got. That's how we are, right?
Yeah.
We're going to help you. But you got to actually take the action. We're not going to let you debate us. Put it like that. We're going to help you. We're going to give you all the information. You say you want to do this. I had a call to a new client yesterday and she says, okay, well, you're going to give me this. You're going to give me that. I said, I don't know what I'm going to give you yet.
Right.
I said, this is not Chick-fil-A. Literally what I said, this is not Chick-fil-A or Burger King where you at Burger King, you get the Whopper. You can't get the Big Mac. I said, this ain't you saying you want a number one. I said, I'm a private chef, my dear. Like, let me tell you, you don't see my apron? You don't see this hat? I'm a private chef. We are at the point.
Food.
This ain't fast food.
No.
We are at the point where I'm asking you your dietary restrictions. What are your preferences? What is your digestion like?
Just
do you like
ambiance?
Like, how you call?
Just give me a hot dog.
But that's what people are used to. So now you want me to, you don't call 825-1444 and you want me to just give you something and then just give it to me. Give me a hot dog. You don't know if it's pig intestines or what. What is the hot dog made of? Is it pig butt and juicy lips?
Just give me a hot dog.
Just get it. I gotta eat something.
No, we don't.
We free now. You get to check the ingredients.
We don't do that at Henderson Financial Group.
You get to say what's in here.
We really read.
What am I putting in my body?
How much sodium in there?
What is artificial flavor? Is it
sugar?
GMO or non-GMO?
So education. It's when thinking big and you really want to think big. It's a prerequisite. It's something that you have to do. They don't just say I'm Batman. I mean, you have to say, okay, I got to do this and I got to get some muscles and I got. You want to act like Batman. I mean, you got to do something.
But see, that's the problem when you buy muscles. You buy muscles and can't lift nothing.
Right.
Like you bought these muscles. Like, why you pretending? You bought these muscles, but you
well, somebody flinch at you. Go. Right. You'd be like the cowardly lion on the Wizard of Oz. You know what I mean?
Don't do it. Don't take them shortcuts. Yeah. Do the work. Do the work and allow the process to happen. As I was sharing with you about the person I was speaking to yesterday, let people be a private chef. Demand that you get private chef service. Don't rush me. You don't know nothing about me.
And it's so much, at the Henderson Financial Group, it's a plethora of information that we have. I mean, just think like going in a grocery store, whether you want to be in Publix, Winn-Dixie, or Piggly Wiggly, or Target or whatever. That what you want, that's on aisle 12. Okay, this right, what you want, that's on aisle 6. What you want? That right there, we know that's on aisle 7. We know. Oh, that's in the produce. We know that. But first, we have to have an examination with you, an MRI, to say exactly where are you and what are you trying to do and what you're trying to go. Thinking big. It's a plan. It's a strategy, and we help you. We love doing that. The Henderson Financial Group.
We love it.
We have such a good time because we use a lot of metaphors, and then we educate you to tell you why we doing certain things and why you need to do it, and tell you if there's roadblocks or pitfalls ahead. We do a risk analysis, assessments, and because some people say, I want this, but oh my God. People like, I want to fly, but I don't want to go in the air. I want to get on an airplane. Well,
how you do that? How you gonna do that?
Tell
me. You tell me now.
You want to fly, but you want
to go in the air? Let me listen to you.
How you gonna do that?
Interesting.
How you gonna fly and don't want to get an airplane? Helicopter? No, I ain't going up high.
Teleport?
I ain't going nowhere. I ain't getting off the ground. But you want to fly? I don't think that's not. You want to get somewhere. Maybe you catch a train or bus.
Take too long. Take too long. No. Train or bus take too long.
But we need to let you know what's available out there. Right now, they hadn't invented the teleprompter. Teleprompt yet.
The teleportation device.
We haven't got that. I know y'all want the teleport, but we haven't gotten that yet. And right now, this is what you can do, and this was available to you based on your risk assessment. So that's what we do at the Henderson Financial Group.
I love that you introduced the word MRI, right? And you said we do an MRI. Did you say that?
Yes.
I made that up.
No, I said that.
Oh, I ain't say it. I didn't say it. You sure I ain't say that? I love that.
MRI.
I love that you said that. As when you said that, when we said it, I feel like we said it together.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, let me stop. When you said the word MRI, what popped into my mind was everyone out there watching this should do an MRI of your life right now. Just right now. Just be like, you know what?
That could be scary.
But listen, scared money don't make no money. Okay, we ain't talking about money. Okay, but you gotta face your fears to move forward.
And a lot of people can't do it on their own. That's why they need to come to us. And then we're gonna sit them down. Some people, you tell them, listen, we're gonna take an X-ray, they run. They don't even show up. They call. I called you 2 years ago to do the MRI, financial MRI, but then when you gave me the information, the report to write my stuff down, I ain't call you back.
Let me tell you,
some people are scared.
Earlier this week or last week, the days are running together at this point. I had a call with a woman who we opened an account for her over a year ago. And my daughter, my loving daughter, sent her a form to close her account because it has been no money in the account. And she protested, I don't want to close my account. So we're like, okay, you got to talk to Hyacinth. So I get on the phone with her and she's like, she doesn't want to close her account. However, I didn't look at the notes. This is 2024. I did not look at the notes. I wish I would have looked in the notes in the CRM. She started, the first time she called was in 2021.
Okay.
let me rephrase that. The first notes that I had from her was in 2021. She was coming back after a year.
Okay.
So she actually first started in 2020.
Okay.
In 2021, she came back after a year.
Okay.
And said, okay, I'm ready to get started.
Okay.
In 2022, we had started working on some stuff with her, and then she backed out at the end. So now it's 2024. And we need to close your account because it's just sitting on the books. And you like, no. And you like, I wish I would have looked at them notes. I would have been like, ma'am, it's been 4 years. Get off my phone.
Right.
Like, what do you, but instead I was like, oh no, this and this and this. And, but to your point, people will, and to my point, when I said, do I think people really want to make the change? No. They will say one thing and not do it. That's why maybe you can do a pre-MRI. What happens before MRI? Is that an X-ray? Maybe you need to do a little something first before you call us.
The MRI, but there's a lot of people that make appointments, to the doctors, to dentists all the time. Yeah. And then that's why they said, okay, if you're going to make this appointment, it's your third time not showing up, we're going to charge you $25, $50, There's some people just continue to do that. They want to, but they just can't pull the trigger. Yeah. And that's something within, that's a psychological mental thing that's going on. You know what I mean? And it's a lot of people that want to, they don't have an agreement within themselves. What I mean by that, you have to have an agreement within yourself. And that agreement is what you're thinking and what you're doing are two different things. What you're saying and what you're doing are two different things. You saying you love me, but you never come over. Never see you.
You don't give me no money.
Well, I see.
You didn't say that?
No.
That wasn't your words.
No, no more my
How
words.
You love me, you ain't give me no money.
That weren't my words. What you say does not align with what you do. A lot of people suffer from that. The agreement is I say and then I do. That's an agreement. And a lot of people don't have agreements. A lot of people say that I want to get my financial house in order, but they spend it every dime they have. A lot of people saying that I want to have a happy retirement, but they're putting $25 a month. $25 a month is $300 for the year.
You give a Chick-fil-A more than that, baby.
Yeah, that's how much you're putting away for retirement.
For your future self.
Yeah, and you're grown.
When you call it retirement, it sounds so fancy and pie in the sky. What you're saying is that's how much you're putting away for your future self, because you don't want to die. Right. You ain't gonna live forever. You ain't got no life insurance, but you don't want to die. I don't want to die. I'm gonna be here forever. But you putting $25
a month.
That's it.
Now some people say it's better than nothing.
But I don't want to work forever.
Right.
And I want to live forever.
So you ain't throwing no money ahead.
Just $25.
So what you say and what you do is two different things. Anytime you come across a person like that, I'll show you a person who doesn't have an agreement with themselves. You have to start with agreement with yourself. If you say you're going to walk a mile today, you say that, you have to do it. That's agreement. Now you're starting to develop and grow, because you first have to be true to thyself. You really have to. For any of this to work, you have to have a come to Jesus moment with yourself. You first have to have an agreement, a commitment with yourself. You really do. Because whatever you want to do, you have to have discipline and you have to have a commitment. You can't accomplish nothing if you don't have discipline and a commitment with yourself. Yeah. When you do that, you can have a marriage. Because you can commit a happy marriage, you can have a career, you could be prosperous, I mean, you can actually go and cook a meal and not take it out before it's done. You could wait till it's brown and serve.
You don't have to keep saying, let me open the stove. Let me open the oven.
You ought to know it takes 25 minutes for that to cook. You don't have to keep saying
cut an oven light on.
You understand there's an agreement and you have to have that. You just have to have that in order for you to do anything in life. And that's a small step. And there's so many people that can't do that. I have so many of my friends growing up, they say they're going to do this, I'm going to be that. And they ain't do nothing.
So let me give you guys a tip before we leave here, because I understand that past experiences, although the past is only still alive by you keeping it alive. I remember before, a couple of years ago, I was in a place of telling my story. I got caught up in that, telling my story. And you were like, why you keep talking about that? And I was like, because it happened to me. You remember that? You be telling me all kind of stuff. You just be saying stuff, right? And I was like, it happens to me. But I'm of the consciousness now that my past is only alive because if I give it attention.
That's right. You keep it there.
I keep it alive. Like, okay, it happened, but why you keep talking about it?
Right.
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 But I understand that is a higher consciousness level of thinking, and everybody is not there. I wasn't there. I had to get there. So to help some of you who are out there listening, and you're like, I'm hearing what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're putting down. But when I close this internet, let me tell you something. I'm gonna forget all that. Like, I'm going back to my old ways. When I log off of Facebook, I'm going back to my old ways.
Can't do that.
And then I'm gonna come back here next Wednesday and be like, you know what, they right, Mr. Henderson and Hyacinth, they be dropping them jewels.
That's what they do.
Preach,
in church.
preacher.
They do it in church.
Preach, preacher. Say you better say that. Say that.
Every Sunday, still broke.
Right.
Every Sunday, still broke.
So I understand that there are sometimes some psychological, genetic experiences, traumas that your mind is still holding on to, and you keep replaying that story. And you're like, I want to do better, but I am unable to do better. So one of the things that you can consider is to purchase a Bluetooth sleep mask. I have one. I will drop my link in the thing after the show, a Bluetooth sleep mask, and go on the www.youtube.com. When you go on to www and go on youtube.com, it's a search bar, and YouTube is a fantastic tool. And whereas you can search whatever you want to search. So instead of going to sleep with the TV on, or instead of going to sleep scrolling on your phone and letting that go into your subconscious right before sleep, because the best time to program your subconscious mind, now we're getting deep, is right before you rest and as soon as you wake up, because your brain hasn't like fully kicked on. It's kind of like, so you can just dump all kind of stuff in there. So when you're scrolling social media before you go to sleep, not good. Well, not productive. Let me not say good. Get you a sleep mask, Bluetooth sleep mask. Go on YouTube. Just Google, search healing hypnosis. Search hypnosis for procrastination. Search hypnosis to release trauma. Search hypnosis for whatever you want. And when you find one that suits you, read the reviews. I mean, if it were me, I would not click on a YouTube video that maybe nobody has commented on. I wouldn't do that. I would click on one where I have some results, and I would go to sleep to that. And I would commit to wearing that sleep mask for at least 21 nights. And I would observe how I start maneuvering throughout the space, how I start acting, how I start moving forward, how I start accomplishing things that I didn't think that I could accomplish before. Oh, I don't know. Something has changed. I'm getting more done. Something has changed. I'm rejecting that. So that's a tip that I want to share with you all. And the YouTube is free. The sleep mask is not, but it's something for you to change, because when we talk about thinking big and doing big things, the results that you see on the outside come from small, seemingly insignificant changes
on the inside.
Yeah.
Thinking about what you're just saying, I once asked a minister, a preacher, who had been preaching for 30 years. I asked her, how could she do it? I said, how could she preach to the same people for all these many years, and they're not getting no wealthier, didn't change? And she said she didn't know. She's dead now. And because she asked me why I don't come to church every Sunday. And I told her I graduated from what she was saying. And I said, it's like me going back to the second grade. I mean, once you grow and you develop, you out the class, you come back and speak or whatever, but you're not going to be there every Sunday going over the same stuff.
Right.
Because, when you're preaching and stuff, that, a preacher who's been preaching for 20, 30 years, they didn't read the whole Bible. They done went through it. And you go over and over and just keep recycling it. And the people up in the front row and all that, and they still, that you ain't seen no change in them.
Right.
Something you like, what are they here for? You know what I mean? You when you're talking to someone, and you in a group, your friends, all of y'all should be elevating. Yep. If you anywhere and there's no elevation,
you gotta
go. And what happens is, if you in a group of people, friends, and all of a sudden you start elevating, you say, listen, I listen to the Henderson Financial Group, I go to them, and I told my friends, but they're not. It's time for you to go. You can't keep hanging and doing what they're doing, because you're doing something different. Because you come to Henderson Financial Group, you sure gonna be doing something different than your friends.
You're gonna be like, what is life?
Right. You know?
What happened to my life?
Right.
It's changed.
Sure getting ready to do something.
Yeah.
You ain't getting ready to spend all your money every time you get paid. So you have to that's when you know that you are elevating. But if you are still doing the same things that you've been doing, you're still in the second grade. How long you gonna be in the second grade in Miss Robinson's class? You gotta be able to say, I gotta go.
Getting a sticker.
Getting a sticker and coming back. I would be bored out of my wits. And some people are still in the second grade. Some people got to the 12th grade and there's no more life for them. That's it. 12th grade, that's it. That was the essence of their life. That was the zenith of their life. 12th grade. Boom, boom. Some people went to 4 years of college, went to college, have a good time, whatever. Bam! No more brains for them. That's it. Stop.
Brain just shut off.
Brain shut off.
No more learning.
No more learning. No more hiking. No more. You same old way. Same old way you was. That's not a compliment.
Yeah, man.
At the Henderson Financial Group, man, we ain't doing nothing the same old way. Every year we change. Every year we grow.
Month, 9 weeks,
man,
60 days.
And that's why we like what we do.
You?
That's
I
why
don't
we
know
continue
you know
to evolve. And it resonates all within us, and our ideal and our perspectives and our viewpoints, it change. Yeah. And then that's what we tell you about. Hey, this is what you do that. You know? All right. Man.
We said 30 minutes.
We said 30 minutes, it's been 1 hour.
1 hour.
Okay. Shay, what's up? Shay.
Hey, Mia. Hey, Shay. Hey, Mia, Mrs. Redhead and Mr. Redhead. And DeLawrence, thank you for putting your shop address there. He does phenomenal work. So if you need some auto work done, and he accepts insurance too.
Oh, so
DJ's Auto Collision right there in North Miami Beach, Florida. All right. If you have enjoyed this show, we haven't done this in a long time, but if you've enjoyed it, drop a 1 in the comments. Let us know you enjoyed it.
Yeah,
whether
you learned anything.
If you're watching it now, or if you're watching the replay, I will be waiting to see the ones come through. All right, y'all. Until next time. Oh, Saturday. You'll be here.
I'll be here.
Saturday, 9 a.m. And you said not much? Not much is happening? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Saturday, 9 a.m.
Bored. A lot of stuff happening.
Go back and watch the replay.
Go back and watch the replay. A lot should be happening.
Yes. Saturday at 9 a.m. in the AM. Tune in for the Understanding Money Show with Mr. Henderson and James T. Thomas. And then Mr. Henderson and myself will be back next Wednesday. We are in quarter 2. Yes. It is April. We just said Happy New Year.
Yes.
We just said Happy New Year. Let that resonate. Let that sizzle in your spirit. Before you know it.
Second quarter.
It's going to be Merry Christmas.
Third quarter.
So,
fourth quarter.
Yeah. So what are you doing? Think big. Whatever you do, think big. All right. Until next time. Peace.